Hello, scholars. In today's lesson, we're going to practice converting units of measure within metric and within customary. For this first problem, if you have 7 yards, how many feet do you have? Let's rewrite this in a number sentence. 7 yards equals how many feet? So to look up at the customary chart, we can find the only reference, well, we have 2 references for yard, one here and one here. One converts it into feet and one converts it into inches. Well, we want to convert into feet, so we're going to use this one. So let's write this down here. 1 yard equals 3 feet. So if we look at this in a different way, what could we multiply by 1 to equal 3 feet? Well, we could multiply it by 3. So 1 yard times 3 equals 3 feet. That's a good equation to go from yards, to convert from yards to feet. So let's try it with this. 7 yards times 3 equals 21. 21 feet. And that's how you convert yards into feet. So 7 yards equals 21 feet. Let's try some metric conversions. Metric seems to have a lot more going on, but in actuality, it's a lot easier than working with customary. The reason is because every time you go to the right or go to the left, you either multiply or divide by 10 to figure out the next unit of measure. In this problem, if you have 4 meters, how many centimeters do you have? So let's do like we did on the last one. 4 meters equals how many centimeters? So we're going to do this in a couple of different ways. The first is the long and most tedious, but I think it'll help you to understand how we can convert in the other ways that we're going to try. So the first one, we have meters. Here's our meters, and we want to convert that to centimeters. There's our centimeters. The first line here says divide by 10 each hop to the left. Well, we're at meters, and the left would be hopping this way. We don't want to hop to the left, we want to hop to the right, to centimeters. Multiply by 10 each hop to the right. So we're going to hop to the right, and it says multiply by 10 each time we do that. So we have 4, and we'll multiply that by 10. That represents our move to decimeters. 4 times 10 equals 40. Now we only got to decimeters, so we have to move on to centimeters. So we have to multiply 40 by 10, and that equals 400. So we find that 4 meters equals 400 centimeters. So let's try this a different way. It says here multiply by 10 each hop to the right, which is what we did. And in brackets here it says moving decimal point to the right. So let's try this with just moving the decimal point to the right. So we have 4. Our decimal point would be here, and let's add some zeros for placeholders just so we can work with this. It doesn't change the value of this measurement, 4 meters. It only gives us more numbers to work with, or more placeholders to work with. So it says move decimal point to the right for each hop. 1, 2 hops, so we're going to go 1, 2 places. And that's where our new decimal point would be. So let's write our new number. Our new number would be 4 with 2 zeros, then our decimal point, and our other placeholders. Since these zeros don't change the value, and this decimal point doesn't change the value of what's on the left of the decimal point, we'll go ahead and cross these out. We don't need to write those. Let's just bring that down to 400. So we find that 4 meters equals 400 centimeters. Now there's another way to do it. If we look at this, moving this decimal point to the right twice and multiplying by 10 twice is the same as multiplying by 100. In fact, if we look here on our metric conversion chart, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters. And if we look at this like we did the customary yards to feet, 1 meter equals 100 centimeters is the same as writing 1 meter times 100 equals the amount of centimeters, which is 100. Now if we plug our 4 into this equation, we have 4 meters times 100 equals our centimeters, which in this case would be 400. So now we can answer this question. If we have 4 meters, how many centimeters do we have? We have 4 meters, and that equals 400 centimeters. And that's how you convert units of measure within metric and customary.